National Assembly, NASA, has scheduled a parliamentary group meeting today to discuss its parliamentary leadership and committee membership. NASA Whip Junet Mohammed confirmed that his deputy Chris Wamalwa will be removed, as well as Jumwa and 4 others sitting in different committees. Let's now take you to our City Centre studios, where we'll be speaking with our reporter, Patrick Amimo. Good afternoon, Amimo. It's great to see you. We're seeing a double dosage, both NASA and Jubilee cracking the whip. At the same time, is there more than meets the eye?
The proposed changes or happenings in National Assembly coming just at least almost a week before the National Assembly resumes its sittings on 2nd June, which should be next week. And this particular arrangements, we've seen already that particular changes affecting the reconstitution of committees at the Senate, also the leadership at the Senate level. And this particular arrangement was said it will also go to the National Assembly, especially that targeting the wing of Jubilee. And probably what's happening from NASA side is that especially ODM, because this particular parliamentary group meeting is majorly by the ODM party, though under the guise of NASA, which is that pre-election coalition, but it's the ODM party that is running this particular show. We've seen they've come out to say that they want to make some reconstitution of that particular House committee, and probably they are basing these on the standing orders, which gives them that particular clout, because under the standing orders, especially that standing order 174, it says it looks at the constitution of committees based on parliamentary parties. And now when you go to that particular definition of a parliamentary party, then it's ODM qualifies as a parliamentary party and Jubilee. So you'll find that like those NASA affiliates like Wiper, ANC, Ford Kenya, and Mashinani, Chama cha Mashinani, then they don't qualify as parliamentary parties. That's what ODM has been using to run roughshod over its members, especially when it comes to dishing out of those parliamentary committees and ensure that those committees considered to be lucrative are controlled by the ODM members who were elected on an ODM ticket. We've seen, it's not the first time that we've seen this push and pull in the NASA coalition. We saw when this 12th Parliament was reconstituting, there was a tiff between ODM and Wiper when they decided that they were not to honor that pre-election deal where they had said that one of the commissioners through the Parliamentary Service Commission, that as Bernard Momanyi, would be elected a commissioner. We saw ODM wanted to jump that agreement, but due to the pressure that time, we saw Wiper get its slot of that to have a commissioner at that particular slot. But I think midterm ODM is trying now again to flex its muscle and strategies to see maybe some of these committees that it lost out that particular time during that trading, maybe it takes them back as it prepares for the BBI, because from the look of things, that BBI document most of it will be canvassed through Parliament, and it's part of the ODM strategy to realign itself and ensure that those members who at least are in that particular committees, or those who are holding leadership positions in Parliament, people will be favorable to push that particular agenda. So it's something that we'll be seeing that politics play out as to whether these members, some of them, I've talked to some of them and they say that they are not really concerned about these particular committees, because most of the plenary sessions are still open for these members. And like now, the committees, even looking at the past tradition, some members who are in the committees have not been attending committee sittings 100%. So because you find like in Parliament, some of committee with 29 members, you only find less than 10 happening, which is a quorum. So committees have not been taken as seriously by members of Parliament as we speak now. So even the reconstitution might not raise a lot of fury as we expected.
Indeed, Amimo, thank you so much. That's all the time we had. That's our senior parliamentary reporter, Patrick Amimo, of course, joining us live from our City Centre studios. And still on that, NASA is holding a parliamentary group meeting today to discuss its parliamentary leadership and committee membership. NASA Whip Junet Mohammed confirmed that his deputy Chris Wamalwa will be removed, as well as Jumwa and 4 others sitting in different committees. Let's get that story.
Thursday, 2 p.m. will be NASA's turn to crack the whip when its members in the National Assembly gather in the main chambers for house cleaning and sanitization parliamentary group meeting. Casualty number 1 will be Ford Kenya's Chris Wamalwa from Kiminini.
Among the proposals we have is the removal of the Deputy Whip, Honorable Chris Wamalwa, from the position of the Deputy Whip.
Tongareni Member of Parliament, a Ford Kenya member, Dr. Simiyu Eseli, is touted as Wamalwa's replacement. Another heavyweight earmarked for demolition is Malindi's Aisha Jumwa, who will suffer double casualty together with her 6 colleagues.
The proposal I'm giving to the parliamentary group tomorrow is to de-whip Honorable Silvanus Osoro from the Agriculture Committee, Honorable Nakara Lodepe from the Defense Foreign Relations Committee, Honorable Catherine Wabilianga from Labour Committee, Honorable Tindi Mwale from Energy Committee, Honorable David Ochieng from Health Committee, Honorable Aisha Katana Juma from all committees, including the Parliamentary Service Commission, Honorable Vincent Kimosi from Transport and Public Works Committee.
All the 7 will be in the cold for at least 6 months.
Those 7 will not be in any committee whatsoever. They will stay for the next 6 months isolated and quarantined to wait for our decision. We are going to do a loyalty test on them on a later date, and we shall see the result, whether it will be positive or negative. So those ones will not be in any committee for the time being.
When asked whether the changes have a nod from respective party leaders, the minority whip says,
I am holding a legal office as the whip. Honorable John Bad is the minority leader. And we don't report to anyone when it comes to our parliamentary business. Otherwise, our offices will be malfunctioning. We are using powers conferred under the law to these offices to do our work. Yeah. And we don't need to refer to anybody.
This as Jubilee Party readies itself for what promises to be an explosive neck meeting should its party leader President Uhuru Kenyatta convene the same. Duncan Hemba, KTN News.